How many native Texans do we have in the room? How many second generation Texans do we have in the room? How many third generation Texans? Look at that. How many fourth generation Texans do we have in the room? How about fifth generation? Me either. I guess I'm qualified enough to have this speech. I'm going to talk about Texas and the great state that we live in. Whether you're a native Texan or whether you're a resident that's taken up home here, you can, as long as you hang your hat here, you're at home. We base our neighbors by the license plate they wear on their car. If you're from India, if you're from Nigeria, if you're from Japan or wherever else, you're a Texan. The great state of Texas has been known to stand out for its culture, hospitality, and tradition. I'd like to persuade you today to get in your car on the weekend, fill up your tank with gas, and just take a drive. Go outside of the big cities, go outside of Houston, Texas, go outside of Dallas, and venture out. Go into the small cities and see what this state really has to offer. As you can see, I'm going to try to give you a bit of information that you don't know about Texas. If it's one bit, maybe two. At least you'll know something new about your state. Texas is a large and diverse state with a population as genuine as its hospitality. And I repeated myself, didn't I? See, I can't get enough of it. There are countless locations in Texas with some best kept secrets that I'm going to try to explain to you here. On March 2nd, 1836, the Republic of Texas was born. The Texas Declaration of Independence was adopted at Washington on the Brazos. There are currently 20 million people that reside in our state. Texas landmass covers 262,000 square miles and has a coastline of 624 miles. The longest point from north to south is 801 miles long, and the longest point from east to west is 733 miles. By federal law, Texas is the only state allowed to fly their flag as high as the United States flag. All other states have to fly their flag 3 feet below. That's because Texans, during the adoption into the United States, we put that in our Constitution because we feel that being a Texan is as important as being an American. The Texas Rangers, as you see in the middle here, is the only law enforcement agency in the United States that has authorization to arrest the president. The larger cities come with everything that a resident or a native would want. We have the biggest restaurants, we have the biggest venues, we have the biggest everything. So if you're looking to do whatever, if you like to eat, if you like to explore, if you like science, if you like history, it's in our big cities. But our way of life isn't left behind at the borders of these big cities. Our attitude, our culture, it goes far beyond. Houston, Texas is known as the Space City. We're home to the Johnson Space Center and NASA. For those who like science and history and stuff like this, there's places that go far beyond Houston. Well, I mentioned Houston already. I'm going to go beyond that. Who's heard of Marfa, Texas? Marfa, Texas is a little town outside of El Paso. It's well known for the Marfa lights. The Marfa lights are an image in the sky. These lights appear and disappear at will, and they have no scientific or logical explanation. So it really gives the idea of life on other planets. Go to Marfa, Texas. Make your own decision. Up near Tyler, Texas, there's a Glenrose, in Glenrose, there is a Dinosaur Valley State Park. Dinosaur Valley State Park has the most predominant and preserved dinosaur tracks in the world. The riverbed has rock formations that date back over 133 million years. San Antonio is probably has the most predominant historical landmark in our state. That's where 183 men fought against the odds for Texas independence. But did you know that the Alamo is neither the first nor the last battle for Texas independence? So we can venture out. There's 5, 6, 10 locations that you can go to learn more about our independence and our history. Goliad, Texas, just south of Houston, near Victoria, was where the first battle for Texas independence came about. During 1836, Colonel Fannon's force surrendered in defeat of the battle at Colito Creek. After 7 days of being captured by Santa Anna, his army on Palm Sunday, March 27th, was marched outside the walls of the Presidio, and 341 men were executed. This is the largest single loss of life for Texas independence, and it's also twice the loss of life as the Alamo. San Jacinto, Texas is just right around the corner. This is where Sam Houston and his army surprised the enemy and took Texas. This is where we won our battle with a... trying to find the quantity. There was 1,400 enemy soldiers, where we captured half and killed the others. And during this battle that lasted less than an hour, there was only 9 Texans lost. If you're like me, I like to travel, I like to eat. So within Texas, we have a variety of food. Texas cuisine is authentic and diverse as its population. The melting pot of local fare consists of traditional food that immigrated with people such as the Czech, the German, and the Polish, not to mention our Mexican natives, our Native Americans, and it's a melting pot of food. Chapel Hill is between here and San Antonio in Chapel Hill, Texas. It's been family owned since 1968. Shinerbach Beer was founded in 1901, and it serves 46 states. Herska's Bakery, I guarantee you if you go to Herska's Bakery, it's a little Czech bakery between here and San Antonio, you'll find the best kolaches in the state, hands down. Bluebell Creamery, we've had that around since 1907. And did you know that there's over 120 wineries in this state alone? Somebody likes the wine. There are Texas trails that will give you a list of wineries, and you start at one location, and within a day you can tour 10, 12 wineries at one time.
Did you get a sample?
You do get samples. Okay, so when you think of Texas, what do you think of as far as cuisine? We're inventors of 2...
Fried Twinkies.
Tex-Mex and barbecue. You landed them both. So if we're the best in the nation with Tex-Mex and barbecue, where would a Texan go for the best Tex-Mex and the best barbecue? The Little Diner is in Colito, Texas, just outside of El Paso. And it's been rated one of the top Tex-Mex restaurants in the state of Texas. So if you want the best of the best, take a day trip, well, 2-day trip if you're going to El Paso, and go enjoy your Tex-Mex. A little bit closer, at Luling City Market in Luling, Texas, is the best barbecue around. That's in between here and San Antonio for those of you that are curious. That was founded in 1981 and has topped the list for years. So what makes Texas so good? What makes Texas the way it should be, the way we know it? How would we explain Texas to other people? Texas is a melting pot of culture that has been bonded by a tradition of Texas pride. A pride created by the natives and immigrants of our state who freely chose to carry a legacy that goes beyond words in history books and beyond the appearance of these photographs. Texans are those who stand up for what they believe in, even when they seem to be outnumbered. Texans are the protectors that carry the